Hello and welcome back to part 5, and actually now it's on the next day because I originally recorded that already, but made some stupid mistakes, and because I don't want to confuse you, I just deleted everything I made, so we have the same scene as we left it in part 4. And now we keep going on. So, as you see, now the slider works with the values, and each value itself works when you make it without the drivers, but in combination it doesn't work. We have to add a modifier here, and this is in the F curve under the number modifier here, where we say the distance between the slider and the number, and here we add a F curve modifier, and it's called limit, and we simply select minimum y. Copy that one and paste it to all other ones here, and that modifier simply says that the value can't be less than 0. So it can be 0, but it can't be negative 0.0001 or so. It's just 0. And now when we move the slider, you see we get the values. And let's see if we made any mistakes. And you see I have to fix the 8. Which I will do now really quick. This is left up. And let's see where the mistake is. And I haven't selected the property here right. So number 000. And now you see 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, now you see that works with the slider, and now we can start to make some more numbers, but first I want to add in, or actually let's make first the other numbers here. So circle select these, everything, and make sure you select these empties up here too. And now I'll simply press Shift D and just move it about 1 Blender unit and move that a little bit up here. And I want to have 4 values. And you see I forgot some empties here, and it's important that we get each empty because we will need that one. So now 4 values, and now here's a really important step. So actually it works because right now you see when we go into render mode, all values change, or all values have the same number. And it's because they're all driven by the same material. So click on the plus here and make your fake user, so plus and F. So we get a separate material. So now here, and make sure you do this step because I forgot it already 1 or 2 times, and actually while recording too. And then you just mess up with all the drivers and with everything, And when you do it now, it saves you quite a much of troubles. That was the wrong button. 003 fake user and plus and fake user. So now you see only that one should change, but now they're all driven by the same driver. And to fix that, we select that value here and make sure you collapse everything up here and only open the one you need. So in this case, number 001, because it actually happened a few times again that I changed the drivers here in number 001 and not at 00. Oh, actually at 000 or not at 001. So, and now select the strength drivers, open that window here and set it to 001 or whichever number you have. So for example here it would be 002. Select the right driver and just paste it in here with Control V. And actually we have to keep that one here, slider 00, because we have all the properties in that slider here and we want to control it via these properties. So now that one, and actually I will skip that now really quick, and I also make that to these. So for this object or for this number it would be 002 and for the other one 003. So now I'm back and I changed it here to 003. When we select the right drawer 003 and adjust my microphone here to 002 and here to 001. And again, I can't say it enough, just open that one driver window here for the object you need, because then you just change some drivers that would be for that object. But you have them already right, and then you have to change everything back, so you have twice the work. But now you see everything works. Whoops. And here as well. So now we want to add in the decimals or these points, but first I know I want to delete the properties out of these errors here. Because we control it with that one. So also adjust them a little bit better so we get them just at one line. Let's see. This one. And now we're gonna do the points. So now we're gonna do the points and just add in the circle or end a circle. Go to edit mode and fill it. Just move it here. And let's see. Yeah, somewhere like here. Go into the node editor with Shift F3 and just select one of these emission materials. Make a new material out of that. Press that one. Come on. Yeah. Make a new material and say point, or actually say just one fake user. And we wanna adjust the driver. But first we call that point dot 000. And let's see. Here are the drivers. And we want to remove all these variables here. And we simply say variable times variable underscore 001. Add the two variables, a single property in slider 000. It's called 1, and we actually have to create that one. And here is a property in slider, and it's called strength. And again, we use the original value times the strength, so we can control how much or how bright it is. So, for example, 1, that it should light, and times 2 for the strength. So now we make that variable 1 and just add 3 variables. The first is 1, the second is 10, and the third one is 100. So now we have that variable defined, and we can duplicate that point, make a new material, whoops, so, and call it 10, and also the variable 10, and once again new material, call it 100, and use the property 100. So and let's see, move that a little bit down here, and now we should be able to control these points and also the strength. So now we can do the animating. I think we have done everything else, so let's do that. I just opened the dope sheet here and go into the action editor and add a new action, call it 1, add a fake user just to be safe. And now we want to animate this error here. So add a location at the first frame, add another location at the second frame, but I want to open a rendered view here, so I actually see the number, because you see just this little distance here can make the difference if it's a 1 or a 0-1 mix. So, whoops. Man, what happens here? So now, location, go to the next frame, add a 2. Go to the next frame, add a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is our first animation, and yeah, it got saved as slider 00 action. So we renamed we name that one and don't use this fake user. Now we can call that one 1 and add a fake user here, and now we have the same. So you see, it just counts the value or the numbers. So now we want to duplicate that one with plus, call it 10, and scale it by 10. And make sure you add the first frame with this cursor here. And now you see it just moves at the 10th of the speed, or of the original speed, so it's 10 times slower. But you see, you got that changing in between these frames. To avoid that, we can simply select all keyframes, Shift D, and just move it 1 frame before the other keyframe, and now it changes in that 1 frame. So add a fake user, a new action 100, delete these keyframes, just the 1 frame before. You should have selected them, or they should be selected. And now you make the same thing here, but I moved them on top of the other keyframe, so it actually got removed. And just 1 frame before. Zoom out, save it, fake user, and one last time for 1000. Fake user, delete these keyframes. And you see I deselected them, so I have to select them manually. So, and that one too. Now select all, scale it 10 times, and just move it 1 frame before the other ones. You can also use 2 frames or so before the other one, but I just want to have a sharp transition, or sharp change. So remove that action, and now we can use them for the NLA editor. Let's see here, this arrow here, or slider, gets the action. So say Shift A gets action 1, and select it and repeat it quite a few times. So type in 1000, which is the maximum. You have to set the end frame. Let's see where it is. The end frame to 11, or at least I had to do that so it actually counts it correctly. I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, so that works. Then select that slider here, and that one is slider 002. Add in the action 10. Let's see. Zoom in a little bit more. And we had the 1 already. So say Shift A and 10. but something went wrong, I think. No. So select it again. Go to frame 1. And add in 10. Select that track here. And now it works. And select it, repeat it. The maximum amount. And end frame is 101. So now this one. And we have this one. That one is 100. Repeat it. And the end frame, just one more. And now the last one. It's up here. Remove that old action we had. And 1000. And delete that driver. I think I had it from the last time. So that works now. So you see it counts the value and changes the number, and here let's see, 299 and 300. So, but we want to have the possibility to control the speed. So we add in one last driver, and then we finish that. Let's see. Custom properties, add, and call it speed. Speed. Nope. And the maximum value is 10. Because maybe we want to have a super fast counting. So copy that above and add a driver in the scale. So add a driver, Shift F6 for the graph editor, and now let's see. Where's the driver? It should be in that number here. Let's see, collapse all these. And let me find that really quick. So let's see. Slider 001, 003, and that's in the slider 003. So you see it here, slider 003 and scale. It's called the property, call it variable. It's a single property in slider and it's called speed. So now we have that. We can copy the driver because all animations have the same speed or the same speed multiplier. So we have that, and that. And now we can control the speed. And I think a value of 0.24 and something else is for seconds. So there would be a 4 or so, I think, to actually have seconds. But now you see we have the counting seconds with 2 decimals. But we can also have that and times 10, so 2.4, and it counts the seconds like that. So I will pause the video now really quick, because I think I have a better solution for the color now, because actually, as you see now, it doesn't update in real time. I have to refresh the render, and I think I discovered a way to actually avoid that. And yeah, I will see you in just a minute. So yeah, see you there. Now I'm back, and actually I just selected one of these materials here for the display and went into that node group, recreated, and deleted the 3 drivers we had for the values. So we had 3 values that are driven by these properties, which we can delete now. Green. And let's see. Now I go into the node group, and actually now we have nothing in here. And I add a RGB color wheel, add it in the color, and we can change it here, and it updates in real time. But when you have animation workflow, so you don't want to have that window open or opened all the time, because you need that for the outliner, for example. So there is the trick with, I think, shift. Yeah. So I do it again now, so you see it. I just hold shift and click with the left mouse button on that little thing here, and that window gets separated, so it's a floating window. And we can maximize the view in here, just hide everything else, and I think you can use that for other things as well, so for animation or so. And now I can open that when you need the color or so, and if not, you can minimize it, and you can have the image editor here, for example. Then you animate your stuff, but then you want to change the color, so you just click on that window, change the color, maybe animate it. Then you do something here, and again open just the window again. But now you see I selected another object, and the material disappeared, or I went out of the node group. And to avoid that, you can select that pinning here, and then I can select whatever material I want, and I still have that opened. So that concludes that tutorial, and just run that timer now really quick. And yeah, I hope you liked that. You learned many useful things. You can use that setup with the drivers for your own scene and make some cool stuff. If you have any questions or something else, just write it in the comments. And yeah, I hope I see you in my next video. But don't forget to give this video a thumb up if you like the series. Share it with other people, and yeah, I hope I see you in my next video. Bye.